All that 100 grams of protein you eat every day to build muscle will not grow your muscles if you do not eat enough healthy fat daily. The cold hard truth about fat burning, weight loss, and building muscle is that you actually need fat to achieve any of it. Here's what they don't tell you. Your body's preferred fuel source is fat, not carbohydrates. Fat delivers more than twice the energy per gram as carbs or protein, 9 calories compared to just 4. Fat isn't sabotaging your goals. It's the key to unlocking them. But decades of false information and corporate propaganda have turned fat into the bad guy, making it one of the most misunderstood and demonized nutrients in existence. That is why a lot of seniors make the mistake of buying anything that says low fat, because they think they are making the healthier choice. But they don't know that these industries take the fat out and they add some other garbage just to restore the original taste. And they never tell you that the replacements they're pumping in, sugar, artificial sweeteners, thickeners, emulsifiers, are absolutely destroying your gut health, spiking inflammation, and sabotaging everything you're trying to accomplish. Which is why in this video, I'm going to share with you 2 nuts that pack in more healthy fats than an avocado. I'll start with the runner-up, one you can easily grab in almost any store. Then I'll reveal the number 1 nut, the king of them all, with up to 8 times more fat than avocado. And before we wrap up, I'll also uncover the 3 worst fat sources you need to avoid at all costs. My name is Dr. Hillman. Welcome to Senior Food Blog. Subscribe right away if you haven't. Let us begin. Number 1. Pecan nuts. Before we dive into pecans and their healthy fat content and how they help you build muscle, let's clear up the fat confusion. There are 4 main types of fat, and contrary to popular belief, the good versus bad fat isn't what you've been told. Trans fats are bad fats. Absolutely avoid them at all costs. These are the artificial, industrially created fats found in certain foods, and they are pure poison for your body. On the other hand, saturated fat is not your enemy. The saturated fats found in pecans, for instance, play an important role in delivering key nutrients and vitamins to your muscles and body, like vitamins A, D, E, and K. They also trigger your body to produce more testosterone, which, if you already know, is absolutely critical for muscle building. And what's even more shocking is that, just like protein, the healthy fats in pecans help you feel much fuller and keep you satisfied for hours, so you don't binge eat and pack on body fat instead of muscle. Recent research backs this up. A 2023 study found that older adults who regularly consumed tree nuts like pecans showed improved muscle strength and reduced inflammatory markers compared to those who avoided nuts. The researchers noted that the combination of healthy fats, protein, and micronutrients in pecans supported better muscle protein synthesis and recovery in seniors over 60. To enjoy pecans, start your morning with a pecan-crusted omelet. Crack 3 eggs into a bowl, whisk them with a splash of heavy cream, salt, and pepper. Heat a tablespoon of beef tallow in your skillet over medium heat. While the pan heats, roughly chop a 1/4 cup of pecans. Pour your eggs into the hot tallow. Let them set for about 30 seconds. Then sprinkle the chopped pecans across 1/2, along with some sharp cheddar cheese and fresh spinach. Fold it over, let it cook another minute until the cheese melts, and slide it onto your plate. For lunch, start with a base of mixed greens, arugula, and baby spinach. Add sliced grilled chicken thigh, not breast, you want that fat, cherry tomatoes, cucumber, crumbled blue cheese, and a generous handful of toasted pecans. For the pecans, just toss them in a dry skillet over medium heat for about 3 minutes until they're fragrant and golden. Let them cool while you make your dressing. Whisk together olive oil, apple cider vinegar, minced garlic, salt, and pepper. Drizzle it over everything and toss it well. For dinner, take a 6-ounce salmon fillet, pat it completely dry, then season with salt and pepper. Finally, chop 1/2 cup of pecans. Press the chopped pecans firmly onto the top of the salmon, creating a thick crust. Heat 2 tablespoons of beef tallow in a cast iron skillet over medium-high heat until it's shimmering. Place the salmon in the pan, pecan side up, and let it sear for about 4 minutes without touching it. Carefully flip it and cook for another 3 to 4 minutes until the crust is golden and crispy. Serve it alongside roasted Brussels sprouts and sweet potato. Now, if you're only eating pecans, or you're planning to only eat pecans as a good source of healthy fat, you're in for a big surprise. Because you still won't build optimal muscle unless you combine them with the next nut I want to talk about. The next nut I want to talk about is richer than pecans in monounsaturated fats, especially omega-7, making it excellent for metabolism and heart health. It also has fewer carbs, more manganese, and unique plant sterols that support hormone balance. Pecans, on the other hand, have more fiber, vitamin E, and antioxidants, so combining them together creates the perfect healthy fat source for your muscle building goals. The second nut is macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts have about 76 grams of fat. They are one of the highest fat contents of any nut. You might ask again, do fats really matter for body composition? The answer is absolutely yes. Let me show you why. The first sign you're not getting enough healthy fats is dry, scaly hair. Fats are essential for healthy, shiny hair that doesn't break or thin out prematurely. Next is dry, itchy skin. Fats like omega-3s are crucial for maintaining your skin's moisture barrier. Without them, you get dry, itchy, flaky skin that ages faster. Then comes brain fog and cognitive issues. Omega-3 fats, especially DHA, are critical for brain function. When you eat too little fat, your mental clarity disappears. You'll also develop deficiencies in fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K because they require dietary fat to be properly absorbed and utilized in your body. Without fat, you're literally flushing these vitamins away. Finally, there's joint pain and inflammation. Healthy fats have powerful anti-inflammatory properties that reduce joint pain and stiffness. Now tell me, if your body is suffering from all of these issues, how in the world are you going to build any muscle? I personally add a small handful of macadamia nuts to each of my meals to ensure I'm getting enough throughout the day. I see this constantly. People tracking calories and protein obsessively, eating too lean, convinced they're eating so clean. They're downing egg whites, tilapia, and chicken breast like it's a religion, consuming maybe 20 grams of fat a day, and they're absolutely crashing their hormone production. This will directly and negatively destroy your results and your body muscle composition. As a matter of fact, a 2022 study examined older adults who incorporated macadamia nuts into their daily diet over 12 weeks. The researchers found that participants experienced improved muscle strength, better inflammatory profiles, and enhanced insulin sensitivity compared to the control group. The study specifically noted that the monounsaturated fats and plant sterols in macadamia nuts supported hormone balance and muscle protein synthesis in adults over 65. To enjoy macadamia nuts, start your morning by making a macadamia nut butter smoothie. Toss 2 tablespoons of macadamia nut butter into a blender with a scoop of vanilla protein powder, half a frozen banana, a cup of full-fat coconut milk, a handful of spinach, and a tablespoon of ground flaxseed. Blend it until it's creamy and smooth. For lunch, make yourself a macadamia-crusted chicken thigh. Take 2 bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs and pat them dry. Season generously with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Roughly chop 1/3 cup of macadamia nuts and press them into the skin side of the chicken, creating a thick crust. Heat 2 tablespoons of beef tallow in a cast iron skillet over medium-high heat. Place the chicken thighs skin side down and let them sear without moving them for about 6 minutes until the macadamia crust is golden and crispy. Flip them over, reduce the heat to medium, and cook for another 8 to 10 minutes until the chicken is cooked through. Serve it with roasted asparagus drizzled in olive oil. For dinner, cook your favorite pasta. I prefer a protein chickpea pasta for seniors, according to package directions. While that's cooking, make your pesto. In a food processor, combine a cup of fresh basil, half a cup of macadamia nuts, 2 cloves of garlic, half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and 1/3 cup of olive oil. Pulse it until it's smooth and creamy. Drain your pasta, toss it with the macadamia pesto, then top it with grilled shrimp or sliced grilled steak. However, it would be useless to your muscles to use pecans and macadamia nuts, these healthy fat-rich nuts, if you pair them with the next 3 sources of fat I want to talk about. The last one is extremely common, and I'm almost certain you've had it this week. In fact, combining these toxic fats with the healthy ones we've discussed could act like poison in your body, completely sabotaging your muscle-building efforts. And you definitely don't want that. The problem is, you don't know they're destroying you. That's the thing. But I'm going to reveal them for the toxic sources of fat that they truly are. Number 1. Cottonseed oil. There are fats that'll kill you and fats that'll heal you. So what are the fats that will kill you? The manufactured altered fats. Listen, for thousands of years, humans thrived on coconut oil, olive oil, butter, and beef tallow. These fats were simple. Pressed from olives, rendered from quality meat, extracted from coconut flesh, natural and pure. But nobody could extract oil from those rock-hard seeds until the early 1900s, when they invented high-heat chemical extraction using petroleum-based solvents like hexane. Here's the problem. The moment they use those chemicals and blast these seeds with extreme heat, they destroy the oil instantly. It's already oxidized, rancid, and inflammatory. And get this, almost every deep-fried food you eat at restaurants, French fries, fried chicken, onion rings, fish and chips, are fried with cottonseed oils. A 2021 study examined the effects of dietary fat sources on muscle health in older adults. Researchers found that seniors who consumed high amounts of omega-6 rich seed oils, soybean, cottonseed, and corn oil, showed significantly increased systemic inflammation and reduced muscle protein synthesis compared to those who consumed traditional fats like olive oil and animal fats. The study concluded that the oxidized lipids in industrially processed seed oils actively impaired muscle recovery and contributed to accelerated sarcopenia, muscle wasting, in adults over 60. In contrast, participants who avoided seed oils and consumed natural fats demonstrated better muscle mass retention, lower inflammatory markers, and improved strength gains during resistance training. The second source of fat that's destroying your health is soybean oil. This fat is disastrous for your body, and here's why. It's predominantly GMO, genetically modified, and your body treats it like a foreign invader. This type of fat doesn't just sit there harmlessly. It actively makes you fatter. These are toxins, plain and simple. You already know that fat tissue is your body's storage unit for things it doesn't recognize or know how to process. Well, your body has no idea what to do with fats from soy. So what does it do? It shoves it straight into your belly fat, your love handles, your problem areas. And here's the kicker. Losing that weight and building muscle around your midsection, or anywhere else, becomes nearly impossible when your fat cells are stuffed with inflammatory fats from soy. Stop feeding this garbage to your body, because your body is smart enough to recognize poison. It's saying, I don't know what this is, so I'm just going to store it away. Now, on the other hand, healthy fats from foods like macadamia nuts, pecans, the former. Your body instantly recognizes these. It knows exactly how to metabolize them, integrate them into cell membranes, use them for energy, and convert them into the building blocks your muscles desperately need. So it's not just about avoiding bad fats, it's about actively choosing the ones that transform your body. One class of fats stores stubborn belly fat and accelerates aging. The other burns clean, builds muscle, and keeps you thriving well into your later years. Choose wisely. A 2020 study investigated the impact of different dietary fat sources on body composition in older adults undergoing resistance training. Researchers found that seniors who consumed diets high in soy and other omega-6 rich seed oils experienced significantly greater visceral fat accumulation and blunted muscle protein synthesis compared to those consuming traditional fats like olive oil, nuts, and animal fats. The study revealed that the inflammatory compounds in soybean oil, particularly when genetically modified, triggered chronic, low-grade inflammation that interfered with anabolic signaling pathways essential for muscle growth. Participants who replaced seed oils with monounsaturated, unleaded, and omega-3 rich fats showed improved lean muscle mass, reduced abdominal fat, and better strength gains over the 16-week study period. The researchers concluded that dietary fat quality, not just quantity, plays a critical role in determining whether older adults successfully build muscle or accumulate stubborn body fat. Number 3. Chocolate. Now I know that this may come as a surprise. After all, you've been told that chocolate is a healthy source of fat. But what if I told you that you've been greatly misled? While it does satisfy sugar cravings, help you grow muscle, and even make you smarter, it is only beneficial if you get dark chocolate. Anything that's 80% and below, or worse, all those milk chocolates, then you are eating nothing but pure sugar. Now, the downside to all of this is that pure dark chocolate bars are not so common. And when you do find them in stores, they cost an arm and a leg. When you're loading up on sugar for milk chocolate or low-quality dark chocolate, you're actively sabotaging every muscle-building effort you make. Here's why sugar is particularly devastating for seniors trying to build muscle. Sugar spikes insulin erratically. And while insulin is anabolic, muscle building, when properly managed, chronic sugar consumption creates insulin resistance. Sugar triggers systemic inflammation throughout your entire body. Remember all those benefits we discussed from omega-3s and healthy fats reducing inflammation? Sugar does the exact opposite. It elevates inflammatory markers which directly impair muscle protein synthesis and slow recovery. You're essentially inflamed 24/7, and inflamed muscles cannot grow. Sugar crashes your testosterone. Studies show that consuming sugar causes a significant drop in testosterone levels for hours afterward. For seniors already dealing with age-related testosterone decline, this is catastrophic. Lower testosterone means reduced muscle protein synthesis, increased fat storage, and diminished strength gains. Sugar promotes muscle breakdown over muscle building. High sugar intake elevates cortisol, your stress hormone, which is catabolic, meaning it breaks down muscle tissue for energy. A 2019 study examined the relationship between sugar intake and muscle health in adults over 65. Researchers found that higher sugar consumption was directly associated with reduced muscle mass, increased body fat percentage, and significantly lower muscle strength compared to seniors who consumed minimal added sugars. I just remembered one of my patients. Margaret. Margaret was 62 when she finally admitted the truth during our third session. She told me she eats about 4 squares of milk chocolate every night after dinner, sometimes more if I've had a stressful day. She'd been doing some resistance exercises religiously for 8 months, 3 times a week, never missing a session. But her body wasn't changing. Actually, it was getting worse. Her belly was softer, her arms looked thinner despite the work, and she'd somehow gained 6 pounds while losing strength. I asked her to show me the chocolate she was eating. She pulled out a purple-wrapped bar from her purse, 33% cocoa, loaded with sugar. But it says dark chocolate on the package, she protested. Isn't that supposed to be healthy? We made one change, and 8 weeks later, Margaret had dropped 7 pounds, all from her midsection, while gaining visible muscle definition in her arms and shoulders. Today, Margaret keeps a bar of 90% dark chocolate in her pantry. She eats it slowly, savors it, and her body finally responds the way it should. So make the change today. I have a question for you. Which of these unhealthy fat sources have you been unknowingly consuming alongside your healthy meals? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read every single one, and I'm genuinely curious about your experiences. If you're serious about finally building and protecting the strong muscles you deserve at your age, I've created something special just for you. My 30-day Healthy Fats and Muscle Meal Plan contains over 90 nutrient-rich recipes packed with the right fats, proteins, and vitamins to maximize muscle growth while protecting your hormones and energy levels. Every single recipe is designed to avoid the harmful seed oils, soybean oil, and toxic fat combinations I just revealed. You'll find the link to this comprehensive meal plan in my pinned comment or in the description below. But here's something even more exciting. Tomorrow, I'm revealing a secret that will completely change how you think about muscle building. I can only share this with my subscribers first, so if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, do it now. You don't want to miss tomorrow's video. Trust me. See you soon. Senior Food Blog.